program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are. Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. You are here for Love Noise tonight, and we have a very exciting episode for y'all. Take a second to introduce our guest. Tonight's guest on Love Noise is Kimberly Meyer. She's a Nebraska-born singer-songwriter, Army bandmaster, and Hall of Fame inductee known for powerhouse vocals and heartfelt storytelling. We'll talk new releases, life on the road, and service in the 147th Army Band. Stick around. This is one you don't want to miss.
Running through these towns, kicking psychedelic sounds. I leave my heart down on the ground. Since I don't have you around, I'll grab a bottle off the shelf and go and drink it by myself. Say you wanna talk it out, well I don't think I need your help. Think I'm better off alone. I made my home run on the road. I won't spend my lonely nights talking on the telephone. I find a girl at every show, but I will never let you know how much I regret the past and why watching you go, because hearts ain't smart, they're built for fools. They fall apart and let you break all your rules. It'll make you choose between a bottle and the blues. But my heart can't seem to forget about you. Can't forget about you. Last 3 months, like a donkey on a chain, I got my heart off your leash, but you still infect my brain. So now I'm running round in circles, cause I can't forget the pain. Like 1,000 shiny daggers every time I hear your name. So I have to get control of my body and my soul. I pick my heart up off the floor like I had to twice before. Should have cared a little less, we should have loved a little more. Now we both regret the past as we're walking out the door, because hearts ain't smart, they're built for fools. They fall apart and let you break all your rules. It'll make you choose between a bottle and the blues. But my heart can't seem to forget about you. Can't forget about
Well, we are in for a great one tonight as we welcome in our co-host, Brad Stewart from Mogul AI, chewing his dinner down as we speak. My co-host, Wild Willie. Welcome back to the show, Willie. It's nice to have you as a consistent member of the show again. And our lovely guest, Kimberly Meyer, bringing the good looks and all the talent tonight. So appreciate you, Kimberly.
Oh, thank you for having me. I don't know about all the talent. That was a sweet song you just played there.
Thank you. Well, you're going to get to hear it live this Saturday as we get together and play a show. Our first time playing music on the same stage and at the same time. So really looking forward to that. It's weird because I feel like we've been friends for a long time. I've kind of been following your career for several years now, but we really just met last April at the awards show for the Midwest Country Music Organization. So it's crazy to think that it hasn't even been a full year yet.
Right. in person, so
Yeah.
cool to
Well,
share a
yeah,
stage
and that's
with
the thing. We live in this digital world now. Brad and I have never met in person. Willie and I hung out one weekend together, one crazy weekend in Missouri. Those will happen.
Especially in Missouri.
Yes, they will. Well, Kimberly, you have been busy. You have been a former guest, not just on the Scene Projects, but also on Love Noise. We're going to replay some of the songs that you've sent us before, but I know you got some new music coming out too.
I do. I have a 4-song EP coming out March 6th, and I'm super excited.
Very soon. Yeah, less than a month.
Yeah. Yep, I know. I've been pushing it off because I want everything to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, and but I've got a lot of people that are really looking forward to this one. I wrote a lot of the songs not for me, but for other people. So looking very much forward to this one.
Yeah. Well, you have 3 other people in this room right now that are very excited to hear it too. So let's March 6th. Can't come fast enough that I will already be on the road for our spring tour at that time. So you're going to give me some traveling music, which I absolutely appreciate. Midwest Talent Awards. You also picked up some nominations there too, Kimberly. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you're
you might know
talented.
somebody on the inside.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I know you're thinking about coming out for the show as well. Gonna be in Detroit for the Midwest Talent Awards. Have you been to Detroit before?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
Okay. Maybe see you there.
I haven't either. I've booked a lot of shows there, and I know all the venues, but I've never been there personally. So
I drove a truck through there. Does that count?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go back. Just kidding. In a semi, that is. I don't want to go back in a semi.
Yeah. Probably not built for the big rigs like some of the further you get west, I feel like they're more built for that, right? But the older cities, Brooklyn and those boroughs in New York, I don't even think they'll let you take tour buses down there, will they, Brad?
yeah, some spots they will not, for sure.
Willie, any questions for Kimberly? I would suggest asking her about her South American trip that she went on.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room.
I can tell you about it.
Why don't you tell us about the trip you took?
You gonna tell everybody what to ask?
I would have done it in the background, but I didn't have time to do that. I'm still creating banners and doing my homework that I didn't do pre-show. So,
Okay. So you were talking about my military service and my busy November. So my unit went on a state partnership program mission in South America, Suriname to be exact. And most people have no idea where is Suriname. And
I'm one of them.
yeah. Yeah, it's a tiny country in South America, and this country happens to be our state partner with South Dakota. So a lot of our South Dakota units will go down there to support. And this year was a huge year for them, 2025, because it was their 50th year of independence from the Dutch. And so it was a week-long celebration, party every day. And so this is our second time going to Suriname as a unit, and just it's a great opportunity to collaborate with the Surinamese people and their army bands and just show our support.
was this your first time going down as the commanding officer?
As the commander, yes.
How much different is it from that other role? Because we were talking a little bit off camera about, how your service has changed so much from, it was the one weekend a month and, the few weeks out of the year, being National Guard, but now being a commanding officer, there's a lot more to the job. So what was the difference between going down, as just a soldier to now being an officer?
Absolutely. It was completely different. The experiences were different in general. Our first time down there, we collaborated a lot more with the Surinamese band, and we marched together. We did everything together. And this time it was just completely different experience wise, and not in a bad way. As a commanding officer, it was a lot less fun, I will tell you that. Try to say how I don't want to say too much, but remember when I said it was a lot of party every day? A lot less of this this time around. But a lot more meetings, coordinating schedules and transportation, and my brain was fried every single day just trying to keep track of all the moving pieces. And I don't know if you know this about our unit, but yes, we do perform as a collective band, concert band and marching band, but we split off into music performance teams, so smaller groups. So we have like a rock band, and then a R&B top 40 band, and then we have our Mission Essential Brass, which is our brass group, and they can run independently. And so there's just a lot of moving pieces to keep track of, and yeah, it's just.
Yeah, and when you're the head honcho, you're responsible for all these people.
Yes.
Your soldiers are in a foreign country, albeit a friendly one,
Right.
not necessarily in a war zone, right? So a little less stressful on that end, but still you have a lot of people to keep track of. And when they're all going different directions, that can be extremely stressful. I have children. I understand everyone going in different directions. I can't imagine how big is the company?
We're currently at about 40 strength, but we had 29 personnel go with us at that time. And not only paying attention to where all the people are, but your equipment as well, and the instruments and sound equipment. So yeah, trucks, your trailers, everything. So
yeah, talk about tour management to the next level. You could probably handle a tour the size of jelly rolls now.
Oh, I don't know. And I'm not doing it all myself. I'm not going to take credit for that. We had the U.S. Embassy and their personnel coordinating most of that for us. But yeah, I'm kind of like one of the liaisons. We'll just kind of put it that way, between the embassy and the soldiers and our leaders, down the line too. So I wouldn't be able to do it all myself, for sure.
I think that touches on a great point, because I wouldn't be able to do everything that we do here by myself either. It's the reason that I have Willie and Brad. Both are huge parts of this team now, not just on this show, but we both talk nearly every day and are communicating about the future of what the scene projects are doing. So I can only imagine, doing it and in service to your country. This isn't necessarily, yes, it is your job, but I think it means a lot more to you to be out there and not just representing yourself and your company, but the whole of the United States of America. You may be the only Americans these people see all year or for several years.
Yeah, there's a few, like I said, like the U.S. Embassy has a presence there, and you'd be surprised how many people actually move there because it's such a welcoming community. But yeah, I have to say that I was kind of hanging out at the hotel one day. We had some off time, and I was just kind of speaking with one of the locals, and I didn't say anything about who I was, why I was there. I wasn't in uniform, and she just kind of went off about Americans and how, she loves our presence there. And, I said, will you be at the parade? There's a huge parade. It's the main event. And I said, will you be there? And she said, yep, I'll be there. And I'm going to look for the American soldiers. And I just think they're wonderful. And I said, well, look for me. And we became best friends after that. So,
well, and I'm sure, so it was in South or Central America?
South America.
No, I'm looking on a
So
map.
yeah,
now.
it's kind of, if you can find where Guyana and French Guiana.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was I mean,
Massive.
that's crazy to think that it was a Dutch colony really until just the 1970s, right?
Mhm.
Like not that far.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not exactly, you know, I mean, Colombia's not far away. Is there a big problem with like drug cartels and stuff when you get into Suriname as well?
I'm unaware of anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if, you know, just on a protective status, right? That they're just grateful to see that. You know, I've lived myself in Central America, and it wasn't always where we were at was very safe, but people were always worried, and there was places that you didn't want to go to, right? Like you're not venturing into the western side of Mexico even. I hope that things have improved now. This was, you know, a decade ago when the kind of height of the drug wars were happening, but you know, you would see it every single day in the news. And I imagine for really any country that doesn't have a stable government, you know, they're still a very new country, even
Mhm.
at 50 years, right? I'm sure
Mhm.
there could be a lot of turmoil in a place like that.
No, but they were, I just am amazed at how welcoming they are to everybody. And one interesting thing to note is, remember when I said that they got their independence from the Dutch? Well, the Dutch were present. You know, we marched with right behind the Dutch band, and the Dutch commander and I are friends on Facebook, you know, so it's amazing how everything's okay. You know.
Yeah, well, and it seems like most of the country is just like jungle, right? Like I'm just
It is.
glancing at a map here, and you have the down by the coast, right? And you can see some highways and different things. And then you get about a third of the way into the country, and it's just nature reserve, nature
Mhm.
reserve, nature reserve, a few smattering of little settlements, it seems like in between there. But you are in the Amazon.
Mhm. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. The first time we were down there, I didn't have time to do it this time, nor did I really want to again. But the first time we were there, I did a whole jungle tour experience, and it was no joke. We were out there all day. It was pretty amazing.
Hacking through the bush.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Waterfalls and climbing up cliffs, and yeah.
I'm sure
Brad?
that was fun.
Yeah, I bet. Brad, you got any questions for Kimberly before we get into a few of her songs?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it with that many people. The biggest band that I've ever had was 10. So you got me beat on that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I've got a great team. I've got great junior leaders that I rely heavily upon, and so it's a great system.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's. I love systems, and you have to have those, especially when you're doing tour management. And I can only imagine what you guys have. But I guess you guys don't have to put your guitar on. You don't have to check your bag on the plane and deal with all that stuff, though. So that's good.
Well, that was a whole process in itself. The whole pelletizing and weighing of all of our equipment, because we took mill air. So, I mean, it was nicer, you know, but we still had to go through all those processes.
Right.
Months and months of preparation.
I'm sure it was worth it. That sounds fun, though.
Yeah. For a lot of us, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I can see that. That's very cool.
So yeah, it's cool because the last time she was here, she was actually like just getting ready to go on the trip like the following week. So she couldn't talk about any of this. So nice to have her back on where she could actually tell us about not just what, you know, not what she's doing, but what she's done. And what an honor for you to get to go down there and to perform and to commune with these people in this country, and just a really amazing experience. I was obviously following along on your Facebook page the entire time and living vicariously through your posts, and just very proud of you, Kimberly. Proud of your service to our country, both, you know, as a soldier, now as a commanding officer, the first female commanding officer of your unit, which I think is just so cool. But as a musician, right, as a fellow musician, it's so awesome that you found your way because you were kind of a musician first and then into the military, right? And I think that's such a unique part of your story too, to, you know, you didn't enter the military at, you know, 17, 18 years old and then like, you know, started doing music in there. You were already accomplished musician and graduate before joining the National Guard.
Well, I was trying to be accomplished. Yes. Yeah. Do you want me to go into that?
Yeah, go ahead. Brad's just getting to know you, and we have plenty of listeners that don't watch every week.
I'll try to keep it brief. But yeah, well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your support. That means a lot to me and fellow veterans. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, as you were saying, I didn't join at 17. I was a little bit of a late bloomer. I went through college first and as a music performance major. And I kind of freaked out with having a clarinet performance degree and not really knowing what to do with it other than play in the symphony orchestra, which I did for a while. But I don't regret any piece of this story whatsoever, because I joined the Army as a clarinetist and began singing in the country rock band, and it eventually kind of took over the musical side, leadership side of that music performance team. We call them MPTs. And I really enjoyed that for the first 12 years of service. And the commander of the unit at that time had put in so many years. He was commander for 24 years in that unit. And it was time for him to start thinking about his replacement. And it took some convincing, but my first line leader, my sergeant, was like, "Hey, I think you'd be good at this." And that's when I was like, "Yeah, well, if you think so." But yeah, I don't regret the decision one bit. And so it's been a great ride so far.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes it takes someone else, believing in you to give you a shot. And it's crazy how much of an impact just having one person believe in you and what you're doing and see the potential in you to change your life. Yeah,
exactly. It kind of took that convincing from others just to even get me into the military. It was something I'd always thought about. It was always in the back burner, since I was, probably in high school. But it took a couple people to say, "Hey, I think you'd be good at this. Come join us."
Very cool.
Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Appreciate you. Another fellow Midwest Talent Award nominee tuning in with us. I think all of this talk is a great segue into the first song we're going to play tonight. Call Me Crazy is something you say a lot, Kimberly.
It is.
And I love that you turned it into a song and really a brand. I feel like Call Me Crazy in many ways is your brand, right? It's definitely a part of everything that you do. And I think you've earned that brand as well. So we're going to listen to the song. Brad is a Nashville guy. He's down in there, been working in Nashville as a booking agent for quite a while. And we're going to get his thoughts on it after we listen. So this is Call Me Crazy by Kimberly Meyer.
Call me crazy, but I call you the one. Old-fashioned, but I got a wilder side. Tanya, Emmylou, Dolly, and Patsy Cline with a little Janice vibe. I can be soft, I can be sweet, I can be kind, I can be the devil in disguise. If you're a critter that bites, yeah. Well, I know what I want and I know how to get it. I got my red dot focused on you. Oh, I'm a giver when it's long gone. I'm a lover when it's all done. I'm a fighter when it can't be won. Call me crazy, but I call you the one. I'm a writer when the ink wells dry. I'm a lighter in the middle of the night. Line the pages with the name of call you mine. You're a complicated soul, a little tortured, disordered, and a little out of control. Oh, you already know. Well, you can be rough, you can be tough, you can be smooth, but maybe I know the truth. See the real you. What people often say it takes two to tango, well now I'm tangled up with you. I'm a giver when it's long gone. I'm a lover when it's all done. I'm a fighter when it can't be won. Call me crazy, but I call you the one. I'm a writer when the ink wells dry. I'm a lighter in the middle of the night. Line the pages with the name that isn't mine. Call me crazy, but I call you mine. Do it halfway, it's all or nothing with me. Baby, you're gonna see that I got the fuse and you hold the match. Black powder cocktail, cooking up a batch to please, tease. I'll bring you to your knees. I'm a giver when it's long gone. I'm a lover when it's all done. I'm a fighter when it can't be won. Call me crazy, but I'll call you the one. I'm a giver when it's long gone. I'm a lover when it's all done. I'm a fighter when it can't be won. Call me crazy, but I'll call you the one. I'm a writer when the ink wells dry. I'm a lighter in the middle of the night. Line the pages with the name that isn't mine. Call me crazy, but I'll call you mine.
Yes, ma'am, Kimberly. Freaking love that song. I think you made a new fan out of Michael Cagle, too.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it.
I like that song.
Yeah, that was great.
Good stuff.
It's
Well, you guys
fun to
saw
play
on
live.
the flyer there, Kimberly Meyer Music and my band Startz and Ends will be playing in Yankton, South Dakota together this Saturday, Valentine's Day, for Love of Music. It's going to be a great time. A drummer ended up hiring's played with you before too, so I see some jams in our future. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Got some surprises too. I'm really looking forward to this show. I haven't played a live show in a long time, so I hope I don't have too much rust to shake off.
It's like riding a bike. You'll be fine.
Yeah, well, the first thing I need to do is change my strings. I was contemplating doing it while we were on the show tonight, but I have a little bit of time tomorrow, so I was like, is it inappropriate to host and change your guitar strings at the same time? Like, it is a music show, not so bad. Brad, what'd you think?
I thought that was great. I was curious to know where it was recorded.
Where it was recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recorded that with them Fly Bros and CR Pendleton. He actually flies in to Nebraska to record that with us. And so that way I don't have to travel too far to Nashville.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah.
It has a Nashville sound, so that's why I was curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't say if you didn't.
No, I would. Trust me.
No.
You don't.
He doesn't like my ideas all the time, Kimberly.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't
Good.
know me, but I would tell you for sure. So, no, it was good. Yeah, I thought it was. Is that what, a 3 or 4 piece band?
Oh no, there's quite a lot of layers to that.
Yeah, you got the banjo in there too a little bit, right?
That's
Yeah,
why
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I knew it was at least 4.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anything that sounds like Deliverance, Willie is in for. That's why they call it Backwoods Productions.
That's right. There it is. No, listen. She did it last time and she did it this time. Every time that song comes on, my daughter is on my bed bouncing.
Oh, nice. I love that.
And I had to mute it because normally, as soon as it's over, she'll come back on and say, play it again, or don't do that, Bubba.
She's not the only one saying that. Yeah. Oh, incredible stuff. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, Kimberly, but Brad is the founder of Music Mogul AI. That's actually how we connected. Was he was looking for some podcasts to get on and promote this new platform, and in about 5 minutes of conversation, I realized that what he had was going to revolutionize the industry for people like us, right? People that have been wanting to get out on the road and do bigger things and to really take it to that next level, but haven't necessarily had that opportunity. I know you work with your producers and your team on that, but booking your own shows and getting away, and obviously doing full-scale tours for you is nearly impossible with your commitments to the National Guard. But it would be nice to be able to, when you leave home, to book a little bit bigger gigs. So Brad, you would take a minute to you don't have to give the full pitch, but explain a little bit of what Music Mogul AI does to Kimberly.
Yeah. So, and again, I didn't get to say this earlier, but I do want to say thank you for your service as well. I haven't been in the military, but I probably should have gone because I watch a lot of military documentaries and videos, and I'm real big into flight. So anything, I probably would have gone into the Air Force, but I love drones, and I learned how to build them and fix them and all that stuff. But music is really my background and my passion, and that's kind of how this came up. I've been in the music business for over 20 years, started out as a booking agent and then progressed into a business manager and publicist and then publisher. And then I started doing consulting and mentorship and just general marketing. And, so kind of doing whatever I could. But my passion has always been about helping independent artists. And that's really what I do. Is my lane is really taking bands or artists from that kind of a regional level after they've kind of already built that up, and taking them to that national and international level is really my sweet spot. So, but that's, I kind of realized that the traditional agency model was broken, and looked for software to help me run my agency initially, and didn't find anything that fitted, that suited my needs. And I was eventually like, well, then I'm just going to create my own. And so that's kind of what happened. I started Music Mogul AI in May of 25, and it's we're nearing the end of the beta testing phase. It's taken me a while to get it all developed and get it to this point, but it's essentially automating a lot of the functions that I've been doing manually for 20 years. There are 3 agents in the software. There's a booking agent, a marketing agent, and a management agent. And it essentially leverages LLMs and agentic AI to do those functions for you as an independent artist, and we don't take a commission off of the shows that it books. We are a subscription model. So we're completely turning the traditional model upside down, because I've seen the numbers on the agency side and the artist side, and that is really antiquated for today's age. And I wanted to create something that is going to give the artist the control and the clarity and, the power to really run their own business. So we give you the software that sets up the systems and the infrastructure for you to run your business. And then we offer consulting and mentorship on top of that. Or it can be a standalone service, but that way you get the best of both worlds, because we're really still in a relationships business. And to me, the future of the music industry is combining agentic AI with the consulting and expertise from someone like myself that's done this for over 20 years, that can combine those elements for you. So.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, thank you. It's most of the software out there today, most of it is just a CRM, like it just kind of helps you organize stuff and maybe follow up on a few things, but it doesn't actually bring all of that together. And so most of them they just do booking, it just does marketing, it just does management. And all of those were really scattered, and no one was bringing all three of those together. And to me, if one of those is neglected, then the other two suffer as well. So for me, it was important to bring all of that together in one place. So
I feel like I have so many questions for you.
okay.
Ask away, Kimberly. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work with the booking side and the human connection?
Yeah. So everything is really done through email for the most part. We may be adding on a cell, or phone kind of service for that down the road, but most of these talent buyers can't remember anything. You call them up and you have a 30-minute conversation and they're like, yeah, man, sounds good. Can you send me an email with all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, dude, I just had a 30-minute conversation. Were you not writing anything down? And so anyway, they can't remember a lot of that stuff. So, and they need a record of it as well to be able to, show the owner or whatever, just to track all the conversations of everything. So email is really the way that it goes. Even if you have the relationships, you still have to kind of reiterate what you talked about on the phone. So a lot of our stuff is done through email. But yeah, so it basically acts like a third party, just like it would if I were your booking agent. And, a third party can always get you more money than you can get for yourself. It's like a realtor does in real estate, So it acts as a third party on your behalf. And when you set everything up into the system, you kind of put all the parameters that you would give me as if I were your booking agent, how much you want to quote during the week and on the weekend, and for a club or a festival or a concert series or a casino or a college and private event. You kind of put all that in there, and it essentially drafts everything up for you. So you get access to my database, and you can kind of look at it on a map view, and you can sort and filter them out by this genre and capacity and location, so that you can find the right places. You select which ones you want, and it can do up to 50 emails a day. And the reason we kind of capped it at that, because our system does not do just like mass email slop. Ours is a human in the loop model. Okay. So it's going to draft everything, but you get to approve the activity before it goes out. So there's a little bit of a guardrail there, so you can make sure that it's quoting the right thing or it's using the right tone, and you know what I mean? So, but it's saving you that time from having to find the contacts and draft each individual email. It's reducing that burnout for the manual, robotic, repetitive task. So, but before
we know about burnout, don't we, Kimberly? I know you book all your own gigs as well, and you are the driving force behind that. And with your commitments, not just to the military, but to the school that you work in and your students and your lessons, that having something like this would be a powerful tool, right? And that's really what it is. It's not necessarily something that does it for you, but it makes the work that you're doing easier and more efficient, so that you're actually able to accomplish more. God knows I drafted plenty of emails to stay booked and sending them out, and the follow-ups consistently. And, then at that point, not even, having my shit together, to be perfectly honest, right? Like there's so much consultation that I've gotten from Brad of how things should look when you're going out, and things that are kind of built into the process that I found really interesting, kind of going through it myself. And not that I'm necessarily booking starts and ends on a ton of shows right now. I'm a little preoccupied with our podcasting life and everything that we're booking there. But yeah, blown away by how it's going to change other people's lives. And instead of going out and having to play, to play dive bars around, because that's all we really have access to, we're able to elevate ourselves just by putting together a better package, right? And then not just that, but you couple that along with the database of venues that Brad's been working with for 20 years, where it's not just a database. These are relationships that have been built up. And as they get more familiar with what Brad has built here, which I'm sure all of them are at least cursorily aware of it at this point, that you're almost come in with that stamp of approval, right? Instead of just being another email that's out there coming into their inbox, of which some of these buyers probably receive thousands every single week, which is just bananas. But you're kind of coming in with a little bit of cachet behind you, and you've built up such a solid career with your releases, and you have a very coherent brand to you. I see you as kind of being almost a poster child for the people that we're trying to help, right? Because you don't necessarily, you would never be in a position that a booking agent would take you on, because they can't book you nonstop, right? They can't book you 50 weeks out of the year. You have commitments to your school, to your, to your country, right? But you could book you in the times that you wanted to, and to go out and do the things that you wanted and play a little bit bigger gigs. I know you got a boyfriend down, it's farther south now, right? So I'm sure it'd be nice to play some bigger stuff down there, but we know how hard it is to crack the code on new venues and just getting people's attention even.
Right. Yeah.
I told him last night that he needs to do it for podcasting.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to do it for influencers, which honestly would be a lot easier for me, because I don't have to actually book the tours. It's just setting it up, and you don't have to necessarily coordinate logistics necessarily, it's just, making it happen, so anyway, maybe that's an offshoot, that we can build into it as we prove the concept with everything. But
influencer Mogul AI, I'm telling you, Brad, it's gonna be
I'll be your test dummy. Okay.
Dummy for sure, Willie. Don't you worry. Oh, you set him up, buddy. It's baseball season now. Super Bowl's over. Moving on. All right, we're gonna have some fun. We're playing song roulette now, because I have no idea what this track is. I lost the name of it, and it came out with just inbound. But I know it's one of yours, Kimberly. So
I hope so.
At least I hope so. It said it was. I don't know. It said Kimberly Meyer on the name. So we're going to find out. We'll start it. If it's not yours, tell me early, and we'll find another one.
Just give them the...
Yeah.
I need a sound effect.
We got a gong here. Hold on. Let me test this. With that,
we'll get you some buttons like Jim Cramer.
We're rolling. All right. Kimberly Meyer, music roulette. Take one.
Near me on the wall, a perfect illusion that isn't there at all. What you see is not enough to paint the picture that's drawn up in the dust. A false reality that's glaring back at me. Step by step, right there, dragging these bags along the way, chasing the things the heart's too blind to see. Damn this godforsaken day, bending off the walls of gray, fighting to keep a piece of me, losing what I'll never need. These music city miseries, getting lost in a maze, playing with delusion, but this life is not a game. This desire becomes a vice. Oh, when did we forget that it's all inside our minds? A false reality still glaring back at me. them things the heart's too blind to see. Damn this God-forsaken day, bending off the walls of great fighting to keep a piece of me, losing what I'll never need. These music city miseries. And don't tell yourself that it's all okay. You need to run, save her all. You're painted a plastic smile Step by step, the price to pay. Dragging these bangs along the way, chasing them things the heart's too blind to see. Damn this God-forsaken day, bending off the walls of grapevine to keep a piece of me, losing what I'll never need. Step by step, the price to pay. Dragging these bangs along the way, chasing them things the heart's too blind to see. Yeah. Damn this God-forsaken day, bending off the walls of grapevine to keep a piece of me, losing what I'll never need. These music city miseries.
Yep, great tune. Great tune, Kimberly.
I was hoping it was going to be this one that you found. I was thinking about this song earlier today. It would be, I don't think anybody loves this one as much as I do. And so I'm interested to see what Brad says about this one. You're in Nashville, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm sitting here thinking, man, there's a lot of people that can relate to the Music City misery. You know, a lot of artists come here and, you know, they have all the best intentions, but it's a pretty brutal town, you know, like even just going to a karaoke bar around here is pretty intense. You know, you might think you're above average and then somebody gets on there and just crushes, you know, and like, that's just the norm around, you know, like there's so much talent. So I can definitely, I'm curious to know kind of where the lyrics from that one came along.
Okay, so this one, there's a lot of different background stories to this one. So initially, it began with the title, Music City Miseries, and I was actually working with one of my late producers. He'd passed away. We worked on a CD project together, and we were just kind of hanging out in the studio and talking about the turn that my life took at that point in time, and not in a good way. It was a personal thing, and we were just kind of commiserating together. And he was telling me, you know, this is the moment where you realize your life is no longer perfect. It's not going to be that perfect imagery that you once imagined. This is real, and this is how it's going to be, and you have to navigate through that. And he was kind of telling me, you know, he went through a similar thing when he was living in Nashville and going through a divorce, and, you know, all these things were seemingly falling apart, but he was living the dream. He was in Nashville. He was making music. He was writing for these big name artists. You know, he's hanging out with Willie Nelson, and he's, you know, he's making it, right? But the personal side is, you know, crumbling, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the song is about. And I also, he said, well, that's the Music City Miseries. And so I held on to that for several years. And I finally took it to my current production team. And I said, I want to write a song about this. And I also had this picture of, I don't know if you've seen it, but I have it saved in my phone. It's a picture of this perfect apple looking into the mirror. And that's where the first line comes in: mirror, mirror on the wall, a perfect illusion that isn't there at all. And on the reflection, you see that the apple is bitten into, and it's, you know, it's not perfect. And so aside from the musician world, you know, we're all guilty of showing our best selves. And our presentation online and social media, and everybody's got their, their perfect smiles and their happy homes. And well enough, everybody is dealing with something. Everybody has baggage. And so there's a lot of lyrics that kind of speak to that, dragging my bags along the way, but I'm taking that next step towards my goals and my aspirations. So
yeah, I love that. That's very real. It's like you said, a lot of music is vanity. I can relate to that, and can relate to the song and going through the struggles and all of that, even on my side, not being in the spotlight necessarily, and it's very real. I'm glad to hear an authentic song that's, not, polishing it, to look a certain way and being real. I think that your fans, I don't know if you've ever done like a storyteller kind of show, acoustically or something like that, but I feel like that would be, fans really like to hear that kind of stuff of what inspired you and all that. It increases that bond with you and with the song as well. So yeah, I commend you for that one. That's got to be hard to write too, especially, and I'm sorry for your loss, like that's got to be hard to do. And, but you're almost doing it in tribute to them. So I certainly understand that as well.
100%. Appreciate that. Yeah. And when Bubba said, like, I'm the poster child and, I'm doing the thing, and it's like, yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah.
But it's still a struggle. This is a hard business, as we all know.
It is one of the hardest businesses that I have ever worked in. And, everybody says, if you can make it in New York City, you can do anything. Well, mine is like, if you can make it in the music business, you can do anything, because it's pretty cutthroat industry. There's not a lot of, you don't have to be licensed, to like you do in insurance and, a lot of other industries, and there's a lot of snake oil stuff, in our industry, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And, agents and managers are kind of looked at like attorneys a lot of times. It's like you either love them or you hate them, and there's very little middle ground, because you're either good or you're not. So yeah, I can relate to every single lyric on that one.
I'm glad. I feel like a lot of people don't understand it. It's not my best performing song, but like I said, I love it. I think it's honest, it's true, and yeah.
Yeah. Do you so you have done some storyteller kind of sets before?
I have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm planning my next one, actually, hopefully around the release of my EP coming up.
I think that's great. Like, even if it's, and you don't have to like tell the whole story, but even just a little banter, at the beginning about it, before you do it or after you do it, whatever, I think would kind of solidify a bond, with them when you do that, especially when you've got such a great story behind it like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's so important. And that's why I asked you that, the human connection part of your business as well, because I think it is important.
It is, like AI is great, and I love tech as much as the next person, but it's not going to replace, it's not meant to replace a human. It's meant to be a tool for the humans to leverage. Like I told Bubba this before, but it's almost like building a house. Like you can build a house with a hammer and nails, and you will eventually get it done. But you could also use a nail gun. Like the homeowner doesn't care whether you built it with the hammer and nails or you used a nail gun. They just want the house completed. So it's up to you. Do you want to use that tool to work smarter and to work faster or not?
True. You're right. Time saver.
Yeah. And that's what I was, discussing with a client earlier today. It's like, even if it only saves you time, let's say it doesn't make you any more money, which I know it will, but let's just say it doesn't, it will save you time. And
time is money too.
That is the most valuable commodity that exists. And, there's a lot of inefficiencies in our business, especially on the business side. And, I tell a lot of my early adopters, it's like, if it saves you time and it makes you more money, and honestly, like if it got you 2 or 3 gigs a month that you didn't really have to go out and do, then it pays for itself, on top of saving you the time. But it's also giving you clarity and control over your business. So, one of the main reasons, and I'll make this brief, but one of the main reasons why I created this is because I kept turning down a lot of bands that wanted to get on our roster. And, for a band to get an agent or a manager, you have to already have momentum. You have to do a lot of the things right. You have to have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. Your revenue, like for us and for most agencies, you need to be doing at least like $150,000 to $200,000 a year just in your annual live revenue gross before we even start to get interested in your band. Under the traditional agency model. Because if we're getting, let's just say you got us for a deal at 10% and you're doing $200,000, that's only $20,000 for us to book you for a whole year. Like that's not a living wage. So a lot of us agencies, we have to have multiple bands on our roster just to make it. So, but that, in itself, that creates conflicts of interest, because now I have other bands on my roster, and that's not good for you either, because now I'm playing favorites with the bands that are making me the most money. And I was like, this whole structure is just broken. Like, it doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for them. And that's why I was like, I know I'm going to piss some people off, but I'm going to change a lot of people's lives too. And, to put a tool like this in someone's hands where you can run your own business and doesn't play favorites and it only works for you and your band, that in itself is worth a huge amount of money. So.
Yeah, I think that not a lot of people who have never had a booking agent or never like been in that world or seen those type of deals understand the model, right? And for I think Kimberly and myself thinking about how many gigs we would have to play to make $200,000 at what we get paid out here, you're like, oh, I'll never have an agent, right? I'll never. It's always just going to be like it is, and that's just not true, and especially with what Brad has developed with the system being a subscription model rather than the they work for you and then get a percentage. That works very well for the agent, but not necessarily for the bands. And because of a lot of the pitfalls that Brad talked about, right? You as a minimum, you have to have 5 artists on your roster now, right? And some probably upwards of 10. Well, how are you going to, it's like having 10 kids, right? Some of them are going to get more attention than the other ones. Some of them are going to be easier to work with than the other ones for whatever reason. Maybe they're just getting the gigs. Well, you're going to put your money on that and wait more time on them. And undoubtedly other people are going to kind of fall by the wayside and eventually not be getting the caliber or the number of gigs that they wanted to. So it's really interesting to have something now available to all of us that we can put the onus on ourselves. And I know, Kimberly, you're somebody that works extremely hard. I mean, not just on your music, not just for your country, not just for your students, but you're also a professional bodybuilder, or I guess, what would you call yourself? Bodybuilder or fitness model? Like what's the technical term here?
Sure. I mean, you can call me a bodybuilder, although that's not the category.
I'll call you crazy, Kimberly.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm a bikini competitor in the Natural Bodybuilding Federation, in one of the federations, we'll say.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what? Do a little production here. I'm going to find, can I steal one of your pictures off of Facebook and share it here?
Okay. I mean, it's out
you
there.
shared it, so I don't feel like we're
Right.
talking out of turn here, but I want everybody to
That's
see.
her way of saying no, Bubba.
No, it's, I mean, like I said, it's out there, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think get you some respect. I mean, just in the picture, let me put the flyer back up there first, right?
Okay.
Look at the guns on this freaking girl, man. I would don't want to get in a fight with her, that's for darn sure. Look at those biceps, man.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah, that was
No,
just
Kimberly.
last summer.
Talk about the dedication to, I mean, you're working out all the damn time. Like it's
You're
rare.
keeping me from going to the gym right now.
Well, you'll find the time.
This is my gym time. After I get done with lessons, I go to the gym and then go home and eat. But yeah, that's right now I'm in my improvement season, off season. So like we were joking off camera, like I feel like I'm getting fat right now, but I know it's not true. But
yeah,
there we
fat,
are.
all right.
There's those abs that I don't have right now.
I got more.
Willie can't even see abs like that in his dreams. Don't worry.
Yeah, listen, mine are insulated. I just happen to have a keg that is insulated. Okay.
Yes, I like
and
that.
Was this from your most recent competition that you placed at?
Yeah, that was at the first time I was on this show. It was right around this competition time. So yeah, this was.
I noticed you were a little angrier. Was that because you weren't eating, or? Just kidding.
I was probably hangry. Yes.
Or did you talk
Incredible.
To Bubba
Yeah, I don't think people can respect how much work it takes to get yourself in that kind of shape and to do it all naturally.
Yes. Talk about hard. This is very, very difficult as a natural competitor and a female natural competitor. So no steroids, no anything, no TRT, nothing.
That gentleman is the real G.I. Jane.
There you go.
That's who I want defending my country. That right there. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
That's who I want protecting me in general. What are you talking about?
I told her this weekend, not only is she has to perform, but she's running security as well.
I was gonna say I'm my own security. That's right.
Yep.
Nice.
Take care of them. Well, and we touched on that a little bit in our in our talk initially on the show, and how hard it is for female performers in this day and age. And I talk about it a lot with, I'm friends with so many women in this industry, and you're working in places where there are usually very male dominated places to begin with, and then people that are severely inebriated. And, it makes for a really volatile and sometimes unsafe situation for our female musicians. And it's really sad that I'm sure you've had to deal with it, and that all of our, female compatriots have to.
Yeah, it certainly can be a dangerous environment, depending, but I don't worry about it as much as I probably should. Generally, I have, comrades around me, my male counterparts in my band. And I probably am more angry and I keep a close eye out on my surroundings. And I think a lot of that has to do with my training too. And so I worry probably more about other females that are out there doing it, and, they're glued to their phones, or, they're walking out to the vehicle or whatever. It's like, pay attention, So
I think you need to develop a set of courses for female musicians, especially, or just women in general, with kind of putting together your training. And I think that your authority, both as a bodybuilder and as military veteran, poses you very well in that position. I think we should facilitate some of that. Kimberly's 15-minute, because that's all she has to give. Self-defense classes. And it's more awareness, right? Like, you don't need as much self-defense if you have self and situational awareness.
Yes. And people call me crazy all the time because I'm in the gym and I don't wear earbuds. I'm always paying attention, listening, 100% of the time. Or if I'm out on a run outdoors or whatever, there's no music playing in my ears. I want to be paying attention to what's going on around me. So nobody's going to startle me when they come up to me.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's hard to do for sure. I know everyone's always, tuned into their own world and has the headphones on and, shutting things out, on purpose. And you're like the total opposite. So
Yeah.
Full awareness. I love the sensory talk that we got going on, how that's a great lead in to this last song. There's only one song that it could be, so I guess the roulette is over. The last one on the list here is going to be Black Perfume. Love the story of this one and love the imagery in the song. You want to lead us in with this one a little bit?
Yeah. Thank you for, saying that there's a lot of imagery to it, because that was my entire intent. And in my songwriting, I like to, especially in the first verses, paint the picture of what's going on. And this song actually came to me in a dream, and I had this vivid imagery going on, and it was of a woman standing in the road and just kind of trying to keep her man from leaving her. It's a very obscure kind of moment, but she was dressed in black. And if you haven't seen the cover photo to this single, you should, because it was kind of playing off of that imagery that was going on in my mind. But anyway, it was
I'd be good at my job if I didn't, Willie.
Yeah, do it.
We're waiting. Oh, no. And now.
Oh, there was an issue loading it. I was that close to having it.
Oh.
We'll get it.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I have this one. Ta-da.
There it is.
Yeah, such an iconic photo.
Yeah, that was the goal. But my photographer did a fantastic job with it. So shout out, Seth.
Yeah. Kimberly Stevie Nix Meyer here.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a great photo.
Yeah, well, it's a great song too, Brad. I won't make anyone wait any longer. We'll play this song. We'll come back and talk some more about it.
Okay.
Oh, no, that wasn't it. Hold on. I got to dig it up. It was roulette. Here, I got it right here.
See, you're so confident, Bubba.
Well, that means I got 2 songs sent with different file names that are the same song. So stuff happens.
I know. I'm just giving you
a live show. Get what you pay for here. Here we go.
Wait, we're getting
I don't wanna know
Great stuff. Great stuff, Kimberly. Love that track.
Thank you.
Love that. Brad, you muted yourself, so I can't unmute you. They just did the Midwest Country Music Organization nominee show tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No repeat for me this year.
Oh, really? Do they have a replay I can watch?
Yeah, I would share it, but I don't feel like I have a
You can do it later.
Yeah, what's the story behind that one, Kimberly?
Yeah. So it's about completely fictional. This isn't about me, but it certainly made me wonder when it came to me in a dream. It's like, what is this about? Is this about me? Is there some hidden meaning? But no, it's basically a story of a woman who discovered that her man was cheating on her, based upon like, okay, this scent of twilight, this other woman's perfume, and it just revealed all the truth. And instead of being like, be gone, she's like, I don't want to know her name. I don't want to know the details. How can I be more for you? And it's a song about that. Like, hey, women, you are enough. Don't try to change yourself to be somebody different, for somebody else. So that's my message.
Nice. I like that. I think that's a strong message to send, not only to females, but I think just to anyone in general. There's only one of you, and you have to be yourself. And I think a lot of people get caught up in trying to be like others, and they lose themselves in the process. So I like that message.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Thought the song was great as well. Is it the same band in all of these songs?
Yeah, it's the same producer. So can you tell it's our production style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a regular group of musicians that you play with, or do you kind of rotate in and out?
Fairly. Yeah, I have a core group, but it depends on the availability. Like I always have, Bubba knows this probably, but yeah, I have my core group, but if somebody can't do it, then I have, a roster that I pull from, or depending on the area that I'm in. Out here in the Midwest, we might be hundreds of miles apart, and so I've got a guitar player in Omaha and I've got a guitar player in Sioux Falls, and it just kind of depends.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't played with the same roster of guys in 2 shows, I think, since like July 4th and 5th of 2024. Like it's just been a rotating, if it's not the same bass player, but it's also because there's so few musicians that everybody plays in like 4 or 5 bands. If they're not the front person of the band, they're playing in several.
Right.
Yeah, it's a crazy world out here, but it's just because it's just different, right? And so I'm always very envious of people that like have the same group of people that are just like, no, that's just their band, that's who they are, and that's what they do. And really an awesome thing that you can create, but it's not for everybody. I mean, we live at Kimberly as well, like we live in the middle of freaking nowhere. Like we're so far from anything. I'm one of like 7 musicians in the county, right? Like especially that are out playing, like especially down here, and the other band are all related, right? Like there's the call boys down here. That's just a group, dad, a brother, used to be the grandpa, years and years ago, and the kids, and like those are the other musicians in town. So locally, if there's somebody playing that they're looking to hire, it's kind of my band or theirs, or like one other band that's out here. So yeah, it's just it's part of it. It's part of why I started the Midwest Original Music Organization. Like Kimberly and I are both members of the Midwest Country Music Organization, which is great, but it's also only covers country music, which we both kind of ride that line between country and rock a little bit, especially with our live performances. Yeah, I think a lot of people would even listen to what we've heard tonight, and minus, you having the banjo in there. All of these songs aren't necessarily like straight down the middle country.
No, they wouldn't be played on country radio. They don't quite fit the mold. But
No. And honestly, with the Midwest CMO radio show, that's a reason why a lot of my songs don't. Like, I had Triple Fine that cracked it a few times, which I think was just them more of doing me a favor, being an award winner there and kind of supporting the community. Probably getting, getting a little less love now because I created my own Facebook group and stuff. But my thing is to serve independent artists in total, not just one group, and to be that, I've being out in the world of independent music now, I've worked with the Josie Music Awards. I'm a member of the International Singer-Songwriter Association, and watching them like go at each other. Right. And it's crazy. Where I'm just like, I thought we were about the artist. Like, it's not why are we all bringing so much of our own ego into like building the awards? And I'm very fortunate now to work closely with the Midwest Talent Awards with what, Michelle has built up with the New Me Foundation. But I'm about serving artists of all genres, right? Like, I don't work in country radio. A lot of why the Midwest CMO was started was that they were already working in that space. Right. So I don't have those advantages. I can't offer you radio play. I don't know that, people are listening to the radio at 7 p.m. on a Sunday necessarily anyway, that it actually moves the needle for artists, but digital media does. Right. And having that presence out here and doing that and knowing that what we're doing is serving our people. I've interviewed over 500 artists, like minimum. I interviewed 150 alone at the Josie Music Awards on the red carpet. Right. So we've supported an enormous amount of people, not just in our small geographic region, but around the world. I was interviewing artists from, a studio from Portsmouth in the UK yesterday, right? Like it's connecting not just in a small geographic area, but across borders, across oceans, right? And finding a way to bring the music from here to everywhere as well. And we got some really cool things on the horizon with some strategic partnerships that we've been forming in the background, not just with Brad and Music Mogul AI, but a lot of other things to support the independent artists, not just at home, but getting out on the road, right? That's why we have a 10-city tour coming up soon and all of these amazing things that are coming down the line.
Yeah, I'm excited about a lot of things that are in the pipeline for sure. And that's what it's really all about, is building the community around independent artists, giving, artists the tools and the relationships and things. It's just, it's a full circle, flywheel, so to speak, is really what our goal is here is, to really just build, the relationships and the technology and the music and the community. And, it's just really, it's a unique thing that I think is really great and that doesn't exist in a lot of places. So, yeah. Not just for businesses, but for artists, like there's a lot of layers of benefit, I think, for everyone in the community.
Awesome. Well, Kimberly, I know you want to get to your workout. I can tell you're getting frustrated with me now. She's like, you said an hour. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Chop, chop. I have things to pick up and put down, please, sir. So I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, letting us share your music, letting you meet Brad and telling us all about the South America trip. That was a big reason why I wanted to. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you on Saturday, getting to make some music together. We got a killer set list of some collaborations that we're going to be doing and really just kind of digging into each other and supporting one another on stage and off and building our relationship and continuing to build our friendship up. And hopefully that, with Music Mogul AI, hopefully there's some runs that we can make out of town together as well and to go out and perform on some bigger stages all around the Midwest and not just in our, home state and our little towns.
Right. Yeah. And I wanted to thank you both, everybody that's, for the artist. I feel like there's so many people and organizations out there that try to take advantage of the aspiring artists that, maybe the new kids on the block or whatever. So, no, I appreciate you guys, everything that you do to support the artist. And Brad, it was good to meet you. I'm going to put some more questions your way.
Yeah. I'm happy to get on a call with you or answer any questions that you might have.
Sounds good.
You and everyone else can go to musicmogulai.com and sign up for your 14-day free trial and get a free consultation with Brad. And it's a great start. I mean, it's been game changing for me just to see how not on top of things I really was in my music career. Now I've done very well. Like, I've always kind of gotten myself into, but it's just because I'm a bulldog, probably a lot like you. Nobody's going to be able to tell me no. But if I had my ducks in a row, not only would it be easier, but I would maybe be able to swing a little bit harder and to go out. And I mean, looking at it from when you're only able to go out and you can maybe make the band $1,000 or $1,500 for a show, and you have to chop that up 5 or 6 ways. I know you have a much larger band than I do. That there's not a lot of meat on the bone to ever look at that and be like, yeah, this is going to be a career path for me. So it's how do you go from making even if you're making $2,000 a show, which still doesn't equate to much, how do you go from $2,000 to $10,000 a show? Right. And what is that gap? And what is it going from playing just on the weekends to actually building a tour that plays, you play Monday through, the following Saturday, and you played 9 shows. Right? You played 9 shows inside of, 12 days instead of maybe 4 or 5 max that we're doing at the level we're at now. So really exciting stuff. And I hope that you get a chance to ask Brad a whole lot more questions. That was definitely a little bit of the reasoning behind me wanting to bring you in. And I wanted to get you now before you get back into your season, not just in playing live. I know you'll be busy, but you'll be working out nonstop again. So I caught you in the lull right now, and I wanted to
there's no lull. What are you talking about? This is the busy booking season, and like there's still work going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
so
well, there you go.
Timing.
Maybe we can give you some of that time back for more working out with Music Mogul AI, and that's
I'm
what
definitely
it's all about.
interested.
Yeah, awesome, Kimberly. Well, thank you so much, Willie. Thanks for being here, brother. We appreciate you helping produce the show and hanging out. Brad, always a pleasure, man. We'll probably talk after the show because that's just what we do, it seems like, anymore. I do have something dialed up at the end, but we're going to let Kimberly go. I'm going to play a couple videos on our way out. Kimberly, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
Yeah, can't wait.
Okay.
Beat him up for me.
Nice to meet you, Kimberly.
Nice to meet you.
Put me in a chokehold. See ya.
See ya.
All right.
That's who I'm going to get to take care of my bully, Bubba.
Yeah. Well, we're going to play a little tour promo video for you guys. We'll chat a little bit more, and then we'll get out of here. This is the Scene Projects. This is the Songwriter Showcase.
Go ahead, take a step across the Barrow County line. Hear the truth as it whispers through the tops of the Georgia pines. I'm fishing for walleye, throw that boat in before the morning light. I'm here to stay.
Sliding down the driveway, swearing at the snowplow driving by. It's so easy to forget all the beauty that's there if we'd only look up to the sky.
If I could change your mind, you know that I would. No need to say goodbye, the point is understood. You told me that it wasn't enough, but you gave all you had for me before we went our separate ways. I can't blame you, I messed it up.
This day has been an incredible experience, not only for myself, but for everyone who entered this room. We hope that you enjoy the performances. We hope that you go and follow and find your new favorite songwriter inside of this show. And I pray that this community continues to grow. Well, Brad, it was awesome having you on, giving you a chance to speak with Kimberly. I think that's a great angle for us to continue to talk about Music Mogul AI without it being, you know, just straight ads, right? You're able to explain a little bit more. Take a few questions live on the air. I think that's really cool too. We're going to play your founder video on the way out the door here, but just wanted to come back on, say goodnight to everybody. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting original music out here in the Midwest and supporting the scene projects. We really appreciate everybody sticking with us. And there's only one place to go from here, and that's straight up. So everybody have a good night. Congratulations, all of our friends nominated for the Midwest Talent Awards. Midwest Country Music Organization Awards were announced tonight too. So make sure you go check that out. And congratulations to all the nominees everywhere. We're so proud of you all, and have a great, great rest of your evening. We'll see you on Saturday in Yankton for our big show.
They say the music industry is open now, but if you're an independent artist or a DJ trying to scale, you know the truth. The gatekeepers didn't disappear. They just moved behind a curtain of data and consolidation. Hello, my name is Brad Stewart. I'm the founder of Music Mogul AI and Stewart Entertainment Agency. For 20 years, I sat at every seat at the table as a booking agent, a publisher, a publicist, a business manager, a consultant, and even as a mentor. I've worked with over 300 artists, from hungry up-and-comers to Grammy winners. After the world stopped in 2020, I went looking for the tools to run my agency for this new world. However, I found nothing that fit. Everything was fragmented. Every team was disconnected. And while the major labels were building monopolies to crush the middle class of music, the rest of us were left with spreadsheets and prayers. That's why I built Music Mogul AI. But I didn't want to just build another productivity tool. I wanted to build an architecture, a way for the independent musicians, the bands, and the DJs to move with the same efficiency and intelligence as a major label, but without selling their soul. We've taken 2 decades of high-level industry strategy and fused it with a proprietary AI to create a central nervous system for your career. It's the efficiency that I needed with Stewart Entertainment Agency, now refined into a weapon for you. But here's the catch. Music Mogul AI isn't for everyone. We aren't a mass market subscription service. We are a premier tech-forward partner. Our consulting is baked into the software because tools don't win wars. Generals do. We are hand-selecting a limited cohort of artists and DJs who are ready to stop playing industry and start building an empire. We are licensing this technology even to major agencies next year. But for right now, the advantage belongs to the independents. If you're tired of the fragmentation and you're ready to reclaim your time and your trajectory, click the link below, apply to join Music Mogul AI's ecosystem, and let's stop asking for a seat at the table and start building our own. I'll see you on the inside.